Now, speaking of ASAP Rocky, we already know ASAP Mob being a super group.
Yeah.
What do you think about? It doesn't seem like there are many super groups anymore of these like groups where there are all of these conglomerates of in hip hop where it's all these different artists who are out of one camp. Why do you think that is?
I think like we're at a time where I think artists are more selfish. Like when it comes to that, I just don't see them wanting to kind of cede to a group. Like, and I don't think like while there are like labels, while there are kind of conglomerates, like the idea of a rapper kind of bubbling up amongst a group of other rappers, especially when like the ability to capitalize on certain things is a little bit more easier with social media. You don't have to really be next to another group of artists to really shine on your own, while it may help in many cases. And I feel like it would for a lot of artists. Like, I think a lot of artists are taking liberties to just, like, become their own brand or their own group in a sense. And I think the idea of entrepreneurship has bubbled up more in hip-hop, too. So people are not only kind of standing out on their own, but they're like, yo, if I'm going to have a troupe, it's going to be under me. Like, it's going to be under my imprint or my brand. And in reality, if other groups, like hip-hop is like if I see that successful, I want to copy it. And I feel like because other big-name groups, super groups, if you will, like Future, ASAP Mob, and like a few others have kind of tapered off as far as like group, entities. I feel like other rappers are like, well, why copy that model when I can copy this one instead?
And I have to agree. I think that there is a component of selfishness that comes in where it's like I want to be the star.
Right.
And if I come in with a conglomerate, I'm now competing to be the star out of that group, because you don't have too many groups where everybody has blossoming careers. Like, there aren't too many Wu-Tang clans where there's this many different acts that come out of a conglomerate that have successful solo careers.
Yeah.
There aren't many examples like a Wu-Tang clan. Like most of the time, there's one, maybe two big acts that come out of a camp. So I would have to agree. Some people are probably looking at that like, well, I might as well just do my own thing from the start,
right,
instead of coming out. I mean, we have some. There are still like Griselda being one in hip hop that's still prominent. I guess. I mean, there aren't really many. I guess you'd say Dreamville, which is more of a label, but still kind of,
kind of a troupe.
Still a troupe, a conglomerate. TDE being another one.
For sure, like Black Hippie. But, like, again, like, I don't hear, like, until the pop-up with Kendrick Lamar, like, when he really got settled into, like, his set on that front, like, I haven't heard the group Black Hippie. I haven't heard that name in almost a decade.
I was going to say probably a decade.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. I think they definitely swayed away from that because of the fact that they wanted to focus more on their solo careers and their brands as individual artists. So I definitely think that there's value in that. I do miss it, though. I mean, me personally, some of my favorite ones were like Dipset.
For sure, Dipset was
Dipset being a dope hip hop conglomerate. Like we said, Black Hippie being another one that I really liked. That I think has a lot of standouts, because I think people who like Ab-Soul like Ab-Soul, people who like Schoolboy Q like Schoolboy Q. So I think they all still were able to build significant fan bases individually as well. Who are some that you like? What are some like rap super groups that stood out to you?
Like, when I was growing up, I really liked the progressive era, pro era with Joey Badass at the forefront.
Okay.
I love their whole movement, bro, especially coming out of New York, Brooklyn specifically. Like, I just love what type of sound they were coming out with. It was like a renaissance of that 90s boom bap Beast Coast type of like sound. And as like at 14, like I was really hooked to that, because that's when I had been a hip hop fan for a while by that point, obviously. But like that was the first time I really dove back into like earlier acts, you know what I mean? And so it was refreshing to see that the revival of that sound.
They were reminiscent of that.
For sure. And another group was Flatbush Zombies. Like, I love Flatbush Zombies. But
I like Flatbush. One of my cousins really put me on Flatbush Zombies. And I remember hearing they had a song called Bath Salts.
Yeah.
That I heard that was hard. And I remember listening to that album, but then I didn't really follow their career much after that. Did they continue putting out some?
So they're still a group. So I actually interviewed their main producer, one of their main producers, Eric the Architect, earlier this year.
Nice.
And so the group still exists. Like, he made that clear. They just, he's decided to go make his solo venture
Okay.
a full thing. So, but yeah, like groups like that, bro. Like I miss them dearly. Like, and I was a big ASAP Mob fan. I was a huge ASAP Mob fan. Like me and my boy used to call ourselves ASAP Mob in high school. Tyler, if you're watching this, you know what I mean. This was a nasty era too. In high school, people wore Hollister jeans.
Nasty.
Those monochrome like Hollister shirts with like the Hollister HCO. Or
you know,
whatever.
as much as I want to roast, I can't because I had a Hollister shirt, a baggy one too.
Listen, Elite socks, Nike Elite socks with Nike slides. Some were Adidas. Okay, kind of tacky, but whatever. If you want to mix match brands, sports apparel brands. But yeah, bro, that was an era, and we used to call ourselves ASAP Mob. We used to kick it in my high school courtyard, bro.
That's hilarious. I do remember an era of high school where everybody started calling themselves different rap conglomerates. Bro. I definitely remember where that was a thing.
Yeah.
We're
gonna miss that era, bro. We're gonna miss it.
Yeah, these new kids aren't gonna have that because there aren't any groups.
Not really, not traditional groups like that.
Yeah, there aren't. And you know what this crazy thing is? I actually think it transcends hip hop because when you think about it, there aren't any R&B groups anymore either.
Nah. There's not.
Like when you think like even when you go back from when I was like really young, you had like B2K and like you had all of those type of like boy bands, and then you had the Destiny's Child and all of those groups. But you don't really like today. Who are the girl groups or male groups singing wise either?
Yeah, like I don't even remember the name of the group. Like an artist like Normani was in, I think it was called like Fifth Harmony or something.
Fifth Harmony, I think.
Yeah, but other than that, like the people that are really building groups out, like traditionally, is like K-pop acts.
Yeah, and I think, and what I think is I think they might have realized that like groups are bound to break up. So like I mean they've historically been very short lived.
Yes.
Unless they're siblings or family, and then even then sometimes they break up. So
money gets tossed a certain way. People are like, yeah, I'm done with you, cousin.
Yeah,
like,
because the last big one I remember, even like as far as kid acts, like the last one I remember was Mindless Behavior.
I was about to say that Mindless Behavior. Yeah,
they were like the last one I remember like where it was like a big impact. But since then, there haven't been many. So I think maybe musically people are swaying away from groups altogether.
I think so. And if you can get on your own, why would you be in a group? If I can get on social media, get on IG Live and promote everything that I want, that I'm doing, or everything that I want to say, why would I have to split profits with 5, 3, 2 other people? Like, why would I do that?
Yeah, and I think social media has also made it where everybody wants to be Beyonce. Don't nobody want to be Michelle.
Nobody want to be Michelle.
No, nobody want to be Michelle. Everybody's like, I should be a star. I think social media has made it where everybody is the star in their own show in a way. Everybody has their own personal brand. Everybody is an individual. So they're like, well, why won't I just promote myself as that instead of promoting myself and taking a back seat to somebody else?
And I even see regular people,
no, that's what I'm talking about.
Same approach.
Oh, I'm talking about people who work at Chipotle.
You know what I'm saying? Why would I be
a superstar on the internet?
Chipotle if I can pack this chicken myself? Why would I do that? It's just but like that's where we're at, like in the world today. We're all about individualism, and it's just it doesn't benefit you in the long run.
And it doesn't, because sometimes you might, I hate to say it like this, but this is gonna be the truth. There's been a lot of groups where people who were talent wise had an opportunity to become something, because they were by the person who was the superstar.
Exactly.
So because you were in the group with the superstar, you were able to still benefit off of that movement and be a part of something bigger than you. But now, if you're trying to go solo as the act, your chances are slim.
Very slim.
Very slim. If you were the person who could just harmonize a little bit and, you were you were able to blend in the back of one of those groups and still make something of yourself. But now, you think you're going to make it as a solo artist.
Like, come on.
Yeah, everybody can't be a Beyonce, man. Somebody, I hate to say it because Michelle can sing, so I'm not no shots at Michelle. I'm just saying somebody has to take the back.
100%. Like for every John Lennon, there has to be a Ringo Starr. I'm bringing you back to the Beatles, my man. That's where I'm taking you. You know what I'm saying? This ain't hip hop. It's music.
Music. We going to all of it.